Welcome back. Joining us on the program this week, we are delighted to have Robin Catlett, who's an administrator with County's Animal Control, and a very special friend we'll get to in just a minute. Robin, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Can you explain your role as an administrator with the Animal Control? What do you do and how's your day?
Sure. So I started with Animal Control in 2011. I oversee the shelter as a whole, so the adoptions, redemptions, and also the enforcement end of things. So dealing with the animal control officers that you see on the road, patrolling the areas, and addressing concerns from citizens.
So you have a lot in your house right now, but you've brought this particular friend with you, and this is Butler, everyone. Butler is such an adorable cat. And tell us about Butler.
So Butler joined us in September. He was surrendered by his owner, who was moving into a senior facility and was unable to take Butler with him. He had adopted Butler from us a little bit over a year ago. And Butler is a sweetheart. As you can see, he's just happy to sit here contently in my lap. He got a nail trim before he came, a little manicure, pedicure, which he
looking good, Butler.
Tolerated very well. He's a curious cat. He likes to explore his surroundings,
yes.
And he's very affectionate.
Very excited to be here on Week in Review, as we can tell. And Butler is available for adoption.
He is, and actually someone that came to visit us liked him a ton, but unfortunately couldn't take another pet home at the moment, so they sponsored him. So that means Butler is free to an approved adopter right now. We're actually running a cat adoption special currently because we are so full of cats, as unfortunately the shelter often is. So right now, other cats, Butler is free, but other cats are available for just $4 to approved adopters.
$4. That's less than what are those venti latte? Three.
You're allowed 9 in Anne Arundel County without any special permits. If you don't have, 7 right now, you can add a couple more if you don't have.
There you go.
Robin, one question I have. We've had some really nice weather lately, but the weather is turning and the winter months are coming. Do you have any tips for pet owners to keep their pets, cats, dogs, whatever, warm, comfortable, and especially healthy during the winter months?
Absolutely. So we always encourage pet owners to be with their pets when they're outside so they can monitor their pets. Just like us, they get cold even though they have a fur coat. They're not used to being out in the temperature extremes all the time. So we want to encourage people to be with their pets when outside, monitor their pets, make sure that they're staying healthy, happy, and they have access to water at all times because water is important for regulating your temperature, even in the winter. We also like to put out that if for any reason you do let your pet outside unattended, that you make sure that it has appropriate shelter to protect it from the extreme weather conditions, whether that be temperature, ice, snow, and make sure that there's appropriate bedding in there and it's of a good size so that the pet can warm the area themselves with their body size. If it's too big, the pet can't actually warm the space. So you want it to be the appropriate size space for your pet to get in there, turn around and lie down and not have a ton of extra space.
You mentioned snow and ice, and I know that a lot of people use different products, chemical products to remove snow and ice or help de-ice or melt the snow and ice from sidewalks. So when you're walking your dog or one of your pets is out, and maybe not monitored, I think it's a good idea. I know friends of mine are religious about making sure they wash the paws when they come inside.
Yeah, absolutely. Even that road salt that's used can be really irritating to their paws, so it's important to clean their paws off when you come back from a walk, whether it's on the sidewalk or on the street. If you can keep your pets walking in grassy areas in the winter, they're less likely to encounter some of those chemicals, so it's a little bit better for their pads. But definitely cleaning off their paws when they come back inside from outside is helpful. And any extra snow or ice that they may have gotten on them, if they go outside when it's actively snowing, they're going to get dampened by that. So giving them a nice towel dry off to help keep them dry and warm is effective.
And as a dog owner, I constantly watch my dog. You wouldn't think it, but they try and be very clean. They lick themselves clean like their paws.
Yep.
So it's food for thought, certainly. Looks like Butler likes to stay clean and healthy and warm and comfortable.
Yeah, and we're hoping that we found him a forever home before that cold weather comes, and we would encourage that his new owner keep him inside. That way he's not exposed to the dangers out there on his own.
Speaking also of food for thought, we were talking about a new law that's now gone into effect regarding food and water for pets. Can you talk about that law?
Sure. So the law was just before the county council and will actually go into effect on November 27th. It requires that pets have access to water at all times now, which, as we discussed a little bit earlier, that's important in the winter, but it's also important in the summer and all year round because water makes up such a great percentage of our bodies. It's important for the regulation of temperature and maintaining a healthy person or animal. So having that water access at all times is important. Additionally, it made slight modifications to what's required in terms of the food because the law was a little ambiguous before. So now you have to feed your animal an appropriate amount of food to maintain a healthy weight of the animal so that your animal is getting enough calories to keep the appropriate amount of weight on so that we're not seeing emaciated animals and things like that.
Where would someone find information about the appropriate weight for a particular animal?
So your veterinarian can help you get your pet to the ideal weight. There are also, if you use the internet, you can search for different guidelines for what's considered a healthy weight for your animal.
Oh, very good.
And different species, different sizes, they're all going to have their own weight. So you don't want to put something out there that say, you know, all cats should be 10 pounds because there's petite cats and there's larger cats. So there's a big range. It needs to be appropriate for that animal. And just like dogs, you have dogs that might be as small as 2 pounds and as big as 200. So you really want to make sure that you're maintaining it for that particular animal and what's healthy for that animal.
We said it's going to be the season for colder weather, but it's also the season for giving.
Absolutely.
So if someone out there wants to help by donating some goods, by trying to get involved with the program, what does the animal shelter have available that folks can help out with?
So we have a couple of things going on. Right now we have the Give a Pet a Happy Holiday program. Animal Control works with the Housing Commission to get a list of people that are living in Anne Arundel County that are in need of some extra assistance. And these individuals are pet owners as well. So we accept donations from the community to give out to those individuals that are needy and have pets for the benefit of those pets during the holiday season. Many of us, our pets are like family and we like to spoil them, but if ends are a little bit tight and you're having a little bit of financial trouble, getting a little help, giving your pet something extra special around the holidays, or even just providing those basic needs like good quality food and things like that is helpful. So we are accepting donations right now at the shelter for the Give a Pet a Happy Holiday program, so we can help those members, including our pet friends in the community, have a happy holiday season. And we do always accept donations of in-kind items at the shelter, including food, bedding, and other things. We do have a full listing on our website at www.aacounty.org/animal control. You can check it out under the accepted donations tab.
We're getting frisky over here.
Starting to want to explore.
Butler,
Yes.
you got to look at the camera. You're free. You're free.
We're trying to make you a star here, Butler. So I got to ask, Robin, are you more of a cat person or a dog person?
I love both.
You love both equally. What a nice answer to give.
I love both, and other animals too.
So this
You'd
must
be
be a labor of
surprised.
love.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised what type of animals we get in at the shelter. Actually, we had
I
a
was gonna
hedgehog
ask.
adopted today.
Yeah, a hedgehog.
We had a ferret leave to a rescue today. We have an iguana right now. We had a bunch of rabbits recently, and I think we even have a rooster hanging out at the shelter right now.
Would you say the strangest thing that you've crossed paths with would be?
I would probably say alligators.
Wow. Yeah. Don't see many of those in Anne Arundel County.
I heard on the news today that in Delaware there's an emu on the loose.
An emu. Maybe we'll see an emu.
You would be surprised. We've gotten lots of calls for cows in the road,
Right.
horses in the road, goats in
That
the
I
road.
can see around here. An alligator,
Yeah.
a little different.
Yeah, alligators are less common. They are illegal in Maryland, so it's reasonable that they would be less common.
Right, right. Well, just to wrap up, if you're out there and you want to donate, also, if folks are interested in adopting, what would be the process for that?
So the process for adopting is pretty simple, pretty easy. Come and visit the shelter during our open hours. We have hours Tuesday through Saturday every week, different hours, different days. The most common days we have visitors tend to be Wednesdays when we have hours from 10 to 6 and Saturdays when we're open from 10 to 2:30. You stop in, you get pre-screened to adopt. If you own your home, you show proof of ownership. However, we can look that up online. If you rent, we need to talk to your landlord, make sure they're okay with you bringing a new family member home. We need to verify you are who you say you are, and that
Always
your
important.
current pets, if you have any already, are in compliance with all state and county laws, and you have no history of animal cruelty. Of course, we don't want to send anybody home where there might be a concern for the pet's safety. If you meet those qualifications, you get to go back and interact with the pet that you're interested in. Assuming you think it's a good match or a match made in heaven, you come up front and complete the adoption process. Again, right now, cats are available for just $4, but our adoption fees generally at the normal prices range between $26 and $56.
$4, that's such a good deal.
And for that price, you get an animal that's spayed or neutered, up to date on rabies vaccination, and has also received other general shots like distemper and bordetella for dogs.
And you're getting a great friend.
Absolutely.
Well, if you're out there and you're feeling generous, especially this holiday season, please try and help out with the animal shelter, either by adopting, yes, or by donating, which is the Give the Pet a Happy Holiday program. A great program indeed. Robin, thank you so much for joining us this week. We
Thank
hope
you
you'll come
for
back.
having me.
You can come back again whenever. Just don't bring the alligator. I think I'm pretty good on that. We'll be right back with more Week in Review right after this.